Ha! Those are my shoes. Ha! Got you good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. That's right, it's great to be alive. Here's your hair, Shyzabox. Oh, it's a show starting. It must be. We heard our introduction. Whoa, girl, giddy up. Whoa, girl, hurry up. We're going to be late. Whoa. Good girl, thank you. Get out of here. And the horse. You rode in on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcomes and all priests, preachers, cardinals, rabbis, weirdos with beardos, Alcoholics Anonymous, anyone who accidentally clicked on this by mistake, sorry about that. Anyone who's kicking it, looking to hang out, looking to have that of a time, whether it be a good one or not, it's subjective. Welcome, nuns. Welcome, all. We've got a fantastic show for you today. Sorry, apologies. We've got a free show for you today. Sorry. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves by making you think you're not getting what you pay for. Believe you me, we're going to give you a hint, okay? Come closer, Internet. This show sucks. It's not really a secret. We called Daryl Dixon of the Dibs that being best of the worst internet celebrities there is. Therefore, obviously everyone's familiar with Walking Dead. That's right, because it's awesome. Captured at the end of one season only to escape at the beginning of the next. Milk that shit for 10, 11 years. Hell, then you can have maybe 6, 7 spin-offs. Isn't Daryl of the Dixon Dibs in, like, Europe now for God knows what reason of sorts? Oh, we know the reason. Norman of the Redis, we need to see more of your muscles. Believe you me. Emmy. Now, we're not saying that we lucked out and calling Daryl of the Dixon Dibs on being best of the worst internet celebrities there is, but Norman Reedus, muscles. We called Daryl of the Dixon Dibs. This is the best of the worst. Show sucks. Our personal guarantee to you, everything else, though, that you like and or love more, that you watch after seeing a mere portion of this, guaranteed to be better. It's our personal guarantee to you. You're welcome, Internet. That's right. Show still sucks. What? Can't argue with that. No. We try not to argue with logic, and that, of course, you know what we do. That of independent research, that of what we ascribe to ourselves as being a self-proclaimed cosmological philosopher of sorts, right? Nah, maybe not a good one. Right? But we likes to play in the metaphysics, right? So, because of that fact, obviously, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we do need to apologize for something pertaining to our last stream. Well, sorry we can't be perfect and get everything right. That's God's job. Okay? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let us fill the role that we claim to fill. Daryl Dixon dibs. We claim it. Best of the worst internet celebrity there is. Okay? Show sucks. We're not good. Whatever. You know, you see us walking down the street, you avoid us, you know, it's like, oh, I think that's an internet celebrity. Don't touch them, honey! Guard the kids! Quick! We understand. The internet's a dangerous place. Don't celebrate that. That's not good. Now, lucky for good old Shyzabox, all right? We are blessed with that of our allotment, okay? And every portion thereof, and we want for naught, okay? That's right, it's fantastic. Now, you may want for us to do a better show. Obviously, you tell us every day at breakfast, Mom, shut up already! This offers subjective entertainment, obviously. Philosophical entertainment at that of best, and subjective at that of worst. For that of one's endeavors with which they undertake to understand that of what is subjective in nature, to inevitably that of one's own individual understanding and or being is that of one's own personal choice. Everyone's their own philosopher, everyone's their own historian, everyone clicks on the videos they click on. Not this! This was a mistake! I was trying to refresh my feed! We understand. A downvote away, and the best of days to you. See, the thing about good old Shyzabox is we're not your typical internet celebrity. 'Cause you suck! What? That is correct. You sons of bitches, don't celebrate that! Anything to make me feel better about myself? Look it. Walk upon us, believe you me. That's the role we fill as best of the worst, right? Show sucks. Nothing really happens, you know, I mean. Or does it? I mean, subjective, really. But alas, lo and behold, as we venture into that of what we do need to apologize for something pertaining to last stream. Okay, again, sorry. Sorry, okay? Let God and that of whom insert deity and or belief system here, let them be perfect and do it right. We can't do it. We are of mankind. On top of that, we don't have a ceiling. So, I mean, obviously, you shouldn't listen to us. Make your own understandings and your own decisions subjective to that of your own interpretations. I mean, you know, you can walk by the guy living in his mom's basement without a ceiling. But believe you me, sometimes it's good to know where their foundation is, okay? Like we said, everything else that you watch, that you like, guaranteed to be better from here on out. It's like, I put up with Shyzabox for like, maybe even up to 6-7 minutes. In totality, right? Like, and that's all said and done. That's because you go to the IPFS site and play the free games, okay? I mean, you're only here for like, you know, oh, he's streaming, let me get there. Downvote the shit out of that. Deuces. See you later. Pertaining to our last stream, though. Sorry about that, okay? Obviously. I mean, you know, we can only do what we do. Usually not well. Or, because we're pretty well balanced and we don't like remainder leftovers, sometimes extremely well. Subjective, right? everyone lives in that of their own system. Everyone has and harbors that of their own beliefs, okay? Whether we get a late start in life in that of our understanding and whether we never understood to begin with is of irrelevance. For it is inherently in that of one's being that they're able to entertain, do, and deductively, pursue that of what they desire to pursue in endeavors and or in order to try and achieve that of what they wish to achieve. That's right. People like to set goals, they like to maintain them, and they like to make them pay off and be afforded that of the rewards and outcomes with which those goals that they set forth and forward of themselves in front of them in their far-off future, in their near-distant future, in their close future, in their present future. Subjective, right? Time, either way, you're adding to it. Well, it's like mathematics is quantity, right? Now, we do some math. Now, we didn't say our math was quality, okay? But we do venture to embark a hard line in that of theoretical physics and that of understanding. We say that the system is broken. Don't celebrate that. That's not good. We say the system is broken, and if you pull back a little bit, you can run a system within it that is completely fixed. Okay? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment and or a lack thereof. Don't celebrate that. It's not good to not at least have some measure or metric of entertainment quality to it. Believe you me. It's probably important in some way, shape, or form. I mean, obviously. I don't know. But alas, we are here for that of endeavoring upon starting that of which we had a late start to. Okay? Obviously, we desired to be here and maybe maintain, afford ourselves the opportunity to be here a little earlier today, right? But because we don't work for a big company, because we're not under an NDA, because we can do whatever we want, we figured, hell, we can be late today if we want to. Because, I mean, really, what is late? It's just more time, right? Interchange it with space. I need more of it to keep work away from me. Well, boss, I was late because time keeps adding to itself, okay? At the same time, if theoretically time is interchangeable with space, you need to back the fuck off me because I don't feel like working today. Now, that's a good thing because, like we said, we don't have a boss. The people get to be our boss. You can do kinky stuff to us. Whoa. Not really. I don't think that would be appropriate. But believe you me, I see where your minds lie. Naughty. All right, we got a little bit of a later start today, and that's okay, because like we said, we're not beholden to any metrics or means that of. Anyone who wishes to catch that of the show, anyone who wishes to follow up on it thereafter, anyone who wishes to endeavor or embark upon that of any logical reasoning and or that of entertainment or lack thereof that we provide for you, both philosophically, theoretically, computationally, mathematically, realistically, and or not, is of irrelevance and is, completely subjective to that of one's understanding, okay? What is one's time worth? Is one's time worth sitting back, kicking back, and utilizing nothing at all to accomplish nothing at all. Okay? Now, foundationally, in essence, that's the best way. Okay? Obviously, I mean, if you're literally getting to sit there with completely nothing and judge and or measure and or interact and or perceive and or subjectively reason and or enlighten that upon oneself, especially through that of, prayer, meditation and or techniques with which one may practice in that of their own abilities within they choose to and or not. Okay? Whatever. To each his own. We don't care what you do whatever. Okay? However, in principle, that state of being, that state in essence of picture a planet. It kind of sits there, it soaks up the sun, it soaks up the food in the sun. Chlorophyll, asshole! What? Thank you. All right? It exists. It bees. Now, obviously, it needs some things. It needs the water, right? And it needs the sunlight. However, when all needs are met, all right, that of existence, that of being, that of contemplation, that of achieving its state of, all right, is very nice. Okay? Theoretically, obviously. Now, let's talk heat, let's talk entropy, let's talk work. For philosophical entertainment, or lack thereof. Okay? Computationally, theoretically, in that of our endeavors, and that of our means, and that of our understandings, and that of our constructs, and that of how we choose to embark and or understand that of reality, essence, being, again, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, all right, how we perceive that of, all right, metaphysics, how we perceive that of mathematics and computations, all right, is derivative from the mere principles of what has been established as axioms, okay, as that of what in essence are principles in nature, okay, what exists and what is, okay, foundationally when you work from the foundation up versus jumping anywhere else, okay, there's a means, a measures, and a metric within which, all right, progression can be made, all right, and things can be done and achieved in the most remarkable of fashion, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. Again, everything is subjective to that of one's own reasoning, nature, and or understanding. Everyone lives in their own world. Everyone witnesses their own things. Everyone is a part and privy to that of what is presented before themselves. We do not have the same interactions that you yourself have, theoretically. Unless it's an interaction with that of ourselves within one of each other, and it, digitally is one thing, that would be here, metaphysically is in essence, okay? And or in that of reality, that of physical essence and being. If we go and set up a book signing deal, no one's still gonna buy them. Shut up, Mom! We go set up a book signing or whatever, and we have that of an interaction with that direct, essence being, whatever, then theoretically, obviously, that is a shared interaction. Otherwise, everyone has their own stuff going on, right? Foundationally, in principles, okay, we wish to call a hard stop to that of the PDF logic, okay, the overabundance, the oversaturation, okay, the sheer plethora of data, information, truth, lies, partial truths, partial falsehoods, okay, every single aspect and component. There needs to be a hard stop to that of what is empirical understanding and the additions and addendums thereto. Right now, crazy old Shyzabox, right? He's looking at this system, he's seeing Landauer in practice, which is correct. Landauer is correct, but here is the line in the sand moment, okay, where dear old Shyzabox states on his foundational principles and beliefs, okay, what is a divisive metric in that of logic right now. Don't celebrate that. I mean, it's a point of contention, theoretically. We literally have a intelligence paradox and that of dumb-tectable. Okay? Here's the thing. Dear old Shyzabox, OMG in the back. What's in the back? Hey, Mac, of course we missed you. Show's much better now. Welcome back. We get lonely when it's just us. At least we have Jesus. What in the back? Oh, and go. What were we talking about? Nothing important, obviously. Actually, it is kind of important. Line in the sand, all right, and that of reasoning and logic, okay? All right, PDF logic and Lithic Logic. We, dear old Shyzabox, whether you like us or not, whether you believe in any component or aspect of that of our theories that are computationally validated, personally validated, Shaw sealed and centered, but not empirically validated, okay? Or not, it doesn't matter. We don't hide behind our math. We don't hide behind our science, okay? Dear old Shyzabox has never had a formalized physics class, okay? Whether that's a falling through the cracks or not, whether that's a personal avoidance of wanting to not do physics because we heard it was hard. Yes, thank you for the love hearts. We deserve them. We never had a formalized physics class, okay? Now, our experience is different from anybody else's experience, okay? Especially those with whom took physics, did well in physics, and excelled in that thereof, went on to teach, practice, do more too, okay? That work is not negated. That work is correct. You like the live too? Well, believe you me. Very true, and I believe your beliefs. Well, Mac, that's very nice. A live class, hey. Here's the thing. All right. And money. We can call it that of a philosophical lecture. We call it that of philosophical entertainment, but believe it or not, there are things interwoven and interlaced to that of what we do with which people do not understand. Remember, dear old Shyzabox uses literally the entire field of geology, okay? Oh, rocks! That's right. We use the entire field of geology, in essence, as cryptography, okay? That's why we have the test, literally, that could be done right now in the English Heritage Foundation or the Salisbury Museum. Stonehenge, anyone heard of it? All right. Kennett Avenue is an extension off of that therewith, within where Sarsen stones are mathematically aligned to precision via resonantial, theoretically, 187 constant. Okay, now, 187 is our anchor bias to that of which we thought was literally the foundation of. No. There's literally a 15-minute test. You get the ASTM C597. Go to the Salisbury Museum or the English Heritage Foundation where they have stone core 5/8 sample. It's Sarsen stones, core stone sample that they extracted when they were fixing them, right? Back in like the 1940s, 1950s, don't quote us on the exact date. We'd have to look at notes or whatever, okay? We're not perfect. That's God's job. Okay? Do the ASTM C597 test on the Sarsen stone core 5/8 samples. It takes 15 fucking minutes. 15 minutes, okay? It's non-destructive. Thank you for the love hearts. We deserve them. It's a resonantial test with which you will elicit the analysis of the foundational layout of Kennett Avenue attached to that of Stonehenge. Okay? Lithic Logic reigns supreme. These things are mathematically precise within precisional metrics and degrees of separation for, what is it, like 2 kilometers? Massive stones? And we've talked to anthropologists, we've talked to archaeologists, we've talked to geologists, and that of which can only explain, well, they wanted to build out of this motherfucker because it was close by. They took the time to mathematically align things to a precise metric of degree and precision because they were fucking close by. Hey guys, let's build some fucking Lego multiple ton rocks for fucking a couple goddamn miles. Oh, bad words. Lord's name? Downvote, unsubscribe. We literally are done with that of illogical redundancy and that of PDF logic. No one understands this shit. Okay? Hard stop. We are not saying we are right. We are saying that we have a test right now you can do that's non-destructive in 15 minutes to help bridge the gap between maybe a little bit of understanding of the ancient structures within which exist in the world and the misinterpretations theoretically for philosophical entertainment and or lack thereof within which one can subjectively understand or contemplate upon their own metric and measure and degree of understanding what these structures are. Hold on, we see we're missing ones of chat. Let's get to them. We see Mac. Hold on. All right. You should do the live class, of course. Yeah. We call it that of what in because, believe you me, hell, if you go back and watch a lot of the live streams, believe you me, we even have a dry erase board that we can draw designs or shapes on. But hey, Mac, if you got a question, we're happy to answer it for you now because, believe you me, all those other live streams suck. Who cares? This one does too. What? Shut up, Mom. You told us at breakfast. You would definitely be there. Well, hey, you know, and money. This is it. If you have that of thine question, raise that of thine hand. Put it in the chat. Have you been to our IPFS site? If not, you should check it out. You excelled in physicoms. Well, hey, you foundationally then, Mac, we're not even joking, have a better understanding to that of us. And believe you me, if we were to collaborate, work together, and align there within in a working together metric and measure, okay, whether we have biases, whether we have separate belief systems, whether we ascribe to different religious practices and or theoretical beliefs therein, whether you practice a holiday that I do not and or vice versa. I sacrifice children to Mordok! What? Ah! We can't work with that, I don't think. No. Okay, we do have moral obligations to that of which we must ascribe. Mordok doesn't think so. He wouldn't celebrate it. Glad to see you're on our side, more or less. You made us. I love Mordok. What? You guys are bad. Foundationally excelling in physicoms. We don't even know what that technically stands for. Believe you me, we'd have to bust out our scientific dictionary. We have one. We try and keep one around for that of which, so that we can, because we aren't perfect. We don't know everything. Mankind can understand knowledge. They can never know knowledge, right? Okay? There is too much knowledge out there right now. Okay, that's why we view current culture, current humanity, current timeline of that of wherein we exist, all right, as PDF logic, okay? Every day, there are more and more PDFs coming out. Every day, there are less and less empirical decisions being made. Every day, the system is getting more and more clogged up. Every day, there is less and less understanding in many metrics and degrees in one area, and maybe a very, very far ascertained measure of understanding in that of another, okay? If you're talking about equal and opposite reactions, that must very well be the case, okay? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment and or a lack thereof. Now, the reason that we speak authoritatively on that of what we do is because we've already proved our theory. There's nothing left to prove. Empirics be damned, a self-empiricalizing system cannot empiricize shit within itself. You can't empiricize yourself. It cannot be done. We can agree with ourselves all day, Mac. It's not until you say that, hold on, very true, and I believe your beliefs, okay? That doesn't even have to pertain to all of them, but if we can agree on one thing at all, then damn it, sorry for the bad words, God, we can work together to achieve measurable metrics beyond human understanding right now. Lithic Logic reigns supreme. How the hell do you think everyone worked together in order to accomplish that of massive feats with which have been accomplished? Okay? There's no foundational measure or metric, all right, that cannot be accomplished theoretically for philosophical entertainment and or a lack thereof when people work together to achieve it. But as everyone is their own philosopher, everyone's their own historian, everyone witnesses and has that of their own interactions. You go to McDonald's for an egg a movie muffin. That's movies. Whatever. Go wherever you want for your egg a breakfast, whatever. I don't like eggs. Well, for that of thine daily bread. I'm gluten-free, motherfucker. What? Your interactions are going to be different than that of ours. Maybe you have a cashier that got a late start. Okay? They weren't there. The oven didn't get turned on in time. They're having a bad day. Their dog died. It is a sad, inevitable outcome, and that of what is existence and being, and everyone is going to have that of their own individual situations within which they are a part of, they're privy to, and they interact with. Everyone witnesses that of their own logical, deductive correlations with that of what they perceive in reality, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. All right, we see you got a question there. We're getting to it. Hold on. Nice Xbox game in the background. Xbox where? That's our pet Concord. Hey, little guy, how you doing? Everyone should have a pet Concord. If you don't have a pet Concord, it's one of the best pets you can get. They're very docile. You don't have to feed them a lot. You barely got to play with them. In fact, you don't got to play with them at all. But yeah, that's our pet Concord in our aquarium. Bob was helping us look out for him when we were building the studio, and believe you me, that's why we keep part of Bob around. Thanks for your help on the studio, Bob. Maybe when you're better, we can finish that ceiling we were talking about. You love bad words. No. Mac, that's not good. That movie sucks. No, I love Cameron Diaz. They were thinking bad teacher. Naughty teacher. Don't! Ugh. Sorry about that. Everything's fine. What, read a poem? Maybe in a minute if you're good. If you're good. LOL, free punk. Yes, free punk. Punk should be free because, believe you me, there's no talent in any punk stuff. It's all DIY crap, right? Even this. It's all DIY philosophical crap, right? Disposable, subjective to that of one's understanding. The only way to truly free punk is in that of our pickled punk philosophy. That's right, you might be saying, what? A book with a punk rock pickle on that? Hell yeah. Pickled punk philosophy, now this one is soaked in brine, okay? Now I know it's reverses backwards and you can't see it's inherently soaked in brine, but believe you me, it's not, that's metaphysical. It's not literally soaked in brine, okay? Pickled punk philosophy is that of our response to that of how, in essence, not happy we were with Wikipedia, okay, when we were monographing that of our lectin, okay? Lectin was a dead-end search term on that of Wikipedia, okay? And we thought to ourselves, let's help Wikipedia out. We don't participate usually, okay? We're not good at stuff, but we're okay at philosophy. You know, subjectively, I mean, we minored in it. We could have majored in it. We had enough credits for a lot of stuff. We changed majors a few times. We probably should have just minored in everything. Did you graduate? No, but I got like 12 fucking minors. In your basement? What? Sons of bitches. Do not use your ambiguity on us. Sounds like some Joey shit. Blech. If it's from Joey, it's a no-y. Disgusting. Blech. We should have got 12 minors in different subjects and categories there in education, but we just got one minor in philosophy. We majored in history. We have a formalized education. We just don't have a formal education in physics. Okay? So, for us, when we see Landauer's logic, which is correct, when we see Fiedler, okay, Fiedler, and we see that of their logic, reasoning, computation, okay, we use Fiedler, whatever, to reinterpret Landauer, okay? You may be saying that's not allowed, but you may have a formalized physics class within which they say, this is the second law of thermodynamics, this is where it sits, this is, what it must be. We understand, because if you make it that way, it has to be. I think it's dumb shiznit. Well, it absolutely is. You would tell them to stop being a LARP, huh? Absolutely. Wikipedia had a dead-end red search term, okay? We sent them we shouldn't have had to monograph an entire book's worth of literal lectin, okay, just because we shared an article, a paragraph of, hey, add this to your site, this is what a lectin is. And they said, no. We're thinking to ourselves, like, what do you mean, no? Like, we are not the smartest person in the world, but damn it, we took philosophy, and this is what a lectin is. And we said, can you ask your boss? Hey, Wikipedia, now that's actually so true. Well, we literally were escalated in the exact same conversational metric, all right, 3 times, 3 different tiers of Wikipedia oversight till we got to the top. And they finally said, no, this is it. This is final. We're not entertaining another effing thing about it, okay? Now, here's the thing. Lectin, it's a non-sayable. It's a non-existing thing, right? Wikipedia had the red dead-end search term. It was them who we said, then email this short little quote, this short little paragraph, this short little descriptor to someone with a doctorate in philosophy. They said no. Okay? They didn't bring it to anyone. These people are harboring that of information of that of which they don't fucking understand. Okay? We are not saying that we do any better at all, but we wrote the fucking book. You know why we wrote the book? Because Wikipedia said no. What do you mean, no, Wikipedia? What do you mean that it doesn't exist? Guess what, motherfucker? It does. Not only that, we proved our theory. Wikipedia? Academics be damned. Bold claim on the internet, Cotton. There needs to be a hard stop. Academics holds a massive place of necessity, and it is very, 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 very good. It is. But academics be damned. It is so overinflated with ego that it needs to be knocked down a peg or a bunch. You have people that get one award, one accreditation, one foundational thing published from that of their not friends. And they harbor and lord and hold that of any single component of that of their personal experiences in that one subject, that one field, that one interaction within which they are privy to. They lord that over that of the subject matter of infinitely every other fucking thing that exists. Therefore, the system is broken. It is overinflated with ego. Do not buy this book. If you buy this book, you get on here in the measurable metrics of dumb-tectable, okay? Now, K-Money, which reminds us, go check out its official Kev, and give us a subscribification. They're looking to start their streamification and everything like that sooner, talking about different things and, different topics that'll be very, very fun to entertain. And let's help that of whom we can reach out of their goals, should one of whom pursue and desire to do. So go check out its operator, Kev, should one desire. Give them a subscribification. Let's get them to their goal of doing some streams so that we can have some more stuff to interact with, partake in, because the more the merrier. The more conversation, the more understanding, the more dynamics to something that comes about and comes from the better, okay? That's right. Back to us. We already proved our theory, okay? We utilized lectin and moved a metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3, okay? We took it from that of Kaggle's environment and literally moved it to Web3. We have our own sovereign micro blockchain. Link in the descripification. We don't hide behind the math. We don't hide behind the science. Everything, component, and aspect thereof that we bring to the table is open for negotiation and or discussion. We don't hide behind anything. When you had asked the question, Mark, earlier, if that is pertaining to a question on that of any component of that of our theory, that of our discourse, that of our logic, that of our reasoning, we are completely open and auditable for that of one's desire. That's why we have, obviously, that of even our theoretical means and endeavors and that of our works, like Bless Me, Father, for I will sin, Why Hast Thou Forsaken Me, and then even overlap in that of Transmutating God, even though Transmutating God is a little more ironclad, a little more philosophically scientific in that of its measures and metrics, of course, affording to that of one's understanding and or measured metric of what may be, what may lie there within, and what potentially, one could subjectively decide therewith, the available information that exists. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, of course. But alas, lo and behold, as we got a late start, as we ventured into that of, the day, into that of where we undertook what we undertake, we find ourselves at a crossroads again, because we already proving our theory and not necessitating that of a reasoning for waiting on a system that is empirical to empiricize itself, which it cannot do. It can't be done. Okay? It's a hard line in the sand argument, therefore. Either transition to that of a new metric and understanding, one where you can actually use that of Shyzabox's Laplacian matrix, utilizing Fiedler to reinterpret that of Landauer, making in essence the second law of thermodynamics and Landauer himself as disposable logic. Now, the logic is correct, true, certain, and proven. We're not saying free energy exists. Believe you me, free energy does not exist. No such thing. It's going to require some work and some housing, okay? You're going to need some thermodynamic know-how in order to do it, right? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, that of which is exactly what the ancients did. And we have Shaw-sealed, link in the descriptification, Lithic Logic reigns supreme. We Shaw-sealed, all right, that of the topological lithic structures, okay, lithic, stone, rock, Stonehenge, the Great Pyramids, that of the Azores Plateau, submerged underwater now, okay, theoretically, all right, the Atlantis Massif, okay, we already ran the computation, it's already Shaw-sealed, we got an entire grid. Energy is not free. But you can have standing energy, all right, if you utilize the capabilities, all right, and you utilize the density practices of what can harbor, house, and maintain, theoretically, that of the King's Chamber, okay, meets all of the criteria therewith, all right, you can have standing energy and that of resonance, okay? Geothermal and magnetic differentials of the Earth afford for that of much, okay? We already ran the math. 92% effective efficiency, all right, computationally verified, not empirically, because empirics can't validate empirics. It has to be a measurable metric of shift that comes from the outside. We never had a formalized physics class. Looks like we're the outside, motherfuckers. Hey, it's a radical shift. You either cut off a hard stop to PDF logic, and that of which is constantly injected into the daily basis of the sheer amount of data that is out there. You keep making your data centers, you keep housing and holding that of the photos of your, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with which you went to a restaurant and got. This is what I had for lunch, like and subscribe. Okay? Totally not clogging the system of relevant data. Believe you me, if there's one thing people in the future are not going to be pissed off at, it's seeing a bunch of dumb shit. Now the memes, obviously, those need to stay. Especially the funny ones. Because they're funny. But it's all subjective, obviously, to that of one's measurable metric of how valid, okay, that of a system is. We call a hardline shift, obviously. We're not going to force anyone else to do that, okay? It's the difference in the systems thereof that we reside herein, all right? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, okay? Landauer is correct. Okay, but we utilize that of our Laplacian matrix a little differently, okay? We house and hold that of our computational metrics and measurements on that of vector equilibrium and that of a cube-octahedral matrix, okay? Now, when you topologically align that and correlate that of resonantly with that of the topological data dissipation structures therewith, obviously, you can utilize and house hold that of a complete closed Gödelian loop. Well, guess what? We already computationally made that of a complete house closed Shyzalosophical Gödelian loop. Shaw-sealed, it's done. No takesies, backsies. We did it first. First come, first serve. We got our sovereign micro blockchain. It's that of a tuning fork for that of Web3 technologies. Okay? Jump into it, buy into it or not. The only difference between us and any other crazy cosmological philosopher with and or developer of computational code, okay, they may have empirical degrees and validated empirics to that of their works. We do not. Ours are theoretical, ours are, yes, computationally, and yes, personally validated, but everyone can personally validate their own pile of shit. It doesn't matter, okay? It's not until there is a resonantial gain with which affords a gaining gain. We are not going to force our beliefs on anybody. Just because we didn't have a formalized physics class does not mean that those who did can easily dispose of the second law of thermodynamics as negotiable. You start it's a free energy, asshole. Look at that. We state and have said there's no such thing as free energy. There's no such thing as free energy. Okay? It's gaining gain versus gaining heat. Nature affords a geometric gain of 20% via that of its own metrics and affordability. Okay, you can look at the concentricization of circles and that of geological structures. Now, again, in that of geology, we use it as cryptography. We sealed the topological aspect and components of everything on the grid. Not only that, we went above and beyond and did the computational link in the descriptification because we don't hide behind the math. We don't hide behind the science. You go to Lithic Logic, Reign Supreme, go to the Kaggle notebook, all right? And therein you can see we already sealed all the stuff to the grid, man. On top of that, the Azures Plateau is 92% theoretical efficiency, computationally validated, not empirically, that it could house and hold that of an entire global gridded structure. Now, energy is not free, okay? But if you house, hold, and maintain that of an energy in a system that thermodynamically meets the criteria for its lack of seepages therefrom, if you can hermetically seal instead of mechanically seal that of what is theoretically for philosophical entertainment or lack thereof, and the ancients did to a 92% degree of, we're pretty certain, theoretically for philosophical entertainment. Crazy old Shyzabox never had a formalized physics class, yet houses and holds a formalized education. How do we let this asshole slip through the cracks? We went the philosophy route. You haven't upgraded our buildings in forever. On top of that, we were historians too. If you think the philosophy department buildings suck at universities and places, check out the history department. It's old as shit. Well, I guess it's supposed to be. We applied principles and metrics of common formalized forward-thinking knowledge to that of disregarding that of ancients and thinkers of the past with whom came and are no longer here. Anyone can subjectively interpret that if they want. Teachers as well, and those of whom went to educational institutions with whom were taught physics and taught Landauer's principles and practices and the laws therein, thermodynamics, they aren't going to budge easily. Now, us having never sat through those lectures, okay, we can stick a middle finger to it and say, it's negotiable. You are prioritizing that of data erasure and the speed thereof over that of the actual structure of the grid itself. Okay, now, that's why you have all that heat, entropy, and massive loss. Now, delectable is thermodynamic enlightenment at a price tag. Do not buy it. It is trying to trick you. We monographed lectin, okay? The non-sayable sayable, that with which represents that with which does not exist. Or does it? I don't know, does it? Metaphysics is crazy. Do you even philosophy, bro? Excellent, good to know. Then really, don't buy our book. You want to add some more physics to the mixes? No! It's Wheelers it by bit. Bit is free. Knowledge is free. Information is free. You can go to Kindle Unlimited, get a free trial, read, delectable over the course of pretty fast. Book sucks. We get 0.04 cents for every page read. We don't get rich. Oh, God, good. I couldn't see you having more money than me. Yes, yes. Be sure you judge that of thy neighbor. We choose not to ourselves. We let that of reserved judgment be for that of whom reserved judgment exists. Though ironically, everyone has that of judgment. It all comes from that of reality, right? If you look into Immanuel Kant or any of that stuff, and we really do admire Kant. We really do. the metrics and measures of that of a living system, okay, takes priority and precedence over that of with which can be done. If you want to see a new Stonehenge, we need to build it now. If you want to see a new pyramid, we could build it now. Okay? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. That of people squabbling, fighting, harboring pettiness over that of another, okay, lording that of unbalanced scales and that of their interactions there with their fellow man and or lack thereof as far as we're concerned under those pretenses. For that is not with which, how, whom you should be treating that of whom is thine brother. Now, theoretically for philosophical entertainment, all of the pre-Stoic philosophers, they're all dead and gone. That's right. So, it's sad, right? Life. It's that cycle. But when you have aspects and components of truth, okay, such as that of lectin, which in a minuscule, indescribable way survives and makes it all the way to Wikipedia so that sometime years and decades and centuries later, crazy old Shyzabox can come across it, touch base with it, reformalize the entire theory of, in essence, desired resonantial determinate variable outcome. What the hell's that mean? Let's keep it pretty open-winded right now, right? For whilst we sit at the precipice, whilst we've already, okay, proven that of our theory, we can't prove it anymore. We move the metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3, we have a sovereign micro blockchain, even if good dear old Shyzabox is gone tomorrow. Now, we wish not to be, for we love life. It is that of the living system in which we reside and live. Every component and aspect of what is afforded in nature is of the most beautiful and of the most resonantial within desirability, all right, for achievable entanglement therewith. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. Now, one may wish not to entangle themselves with many, many, many measures, metrics, degrees, and accountings thereof, right? We ourselves like to keep Joey at bay. If it's from Joey, it's a no-y. Joey is disgusting. The malicious code, the negative energies, all of the components within which are just housed and make for a horrible reality within which one could interact. We prefer not to entangle ourselves with that thereupon. However, on occasion, Joey rears its head. You'll get an error in your computational code you'll have to go back through, dissect, disseminate, figure out how to fix. Sometimes it can lead to a pause and abandonment and or a change in trajectory of that of a project. We have many Kaggle notebooks within which we've facilitated additional thought there too in the realm of metaphysical contemplation and that of thought and theory there too, within which we retract, step back, and keep housed pinned versions and iterations of notebooks within which we know is a foundational metric within which to stop at before we can collaboratively talk or house or hold opinions expressed via that of ourselves with that of whom resonates with us, maybe our belief, metric, and understandings therewith, maybe those of whom could theoretically look and be like, okay, maybe I'll look at Fiedler, maybe I'll look at Landauer, maybe I'll understand that you're using him to reinterpret Landauer because you never had a formalized physics class. You're saying Landauer is correct. Yes, we are saying Landauer is correct. It's proven. Quantum computed. Proven. Sealed. Yes. That of all physics which exists, that is taught, that is housed, that is held, that is true, that it maintains that of its apparatus and a being such in academics is correct and true in a broken system. We're just saying we look at stuff a little differently. But alas, lo and behold, you have been pretty good. We find ourselves out of swill. But because you're good, we are going to read that poem. Oh, glad you've been looking forward to it. Better get this negative Joey energy out of the air. 1, 2. That was 2. It takes 3. Everyone knows this. 3. We get that negative energy. We bottle it up. We put it together. That's what's up. We take the ball. It's very gross. Yeah. Keep Joey away from kids and toast. Through the power of metaphysics, Joey is removed from our life. Looks like you got some Joey laying around there. You might want to clean that up. Disgusting. Alas, lo and behold, now that we've gotten all that negative energy out of the way, we can read a poem from our book. Fantastic. We know you've been looking forward to it. This is from How Poetry, Poetry, available on Amazon.com, Kindle Unlimited. Just search Shyzabox books, sometimes Shyzabox, Shyzalosophy. That sounds like work. Fuck your books. Damn it, Mom. You want us to move out of your basement or not? Remember, don't buy Delectable. It's literally trying to trick you to buy it. It's expensive as shit. Do not buy this book. Buy any of our other books. They're way cheaper. Believe you me. Nailing Kalimba, Pickle Punk Philosophy, Transmutating God, New Non-Native Species on Mankind's Origin, any of those. Yeah. Hell, if you really want Delectable, you can get the digital version. Ain't too bad. Everything else free. All of IPFS, games, demos, all that. That's all free, okay? That's for anyone to interact with whom desires. Okay? That of our cognitive thought, that of our consciousness, that of anything with whom one would desire to interact with. We don't know why. But should one choose to desire to, such as in the case of the metrics of detectable, it's an intelligence paradox, obviously. Does that mean that it means you're smart or it means you're not smart? Wow. That is a very good question. Oh. Guess it means both. Guess it means you know how to walk a radical axis as well. So let's see that of whom thine resonate therewith. This one is called Lights. We thought it was a good title at the time. Lights. The lights, they shine brighter inside. The you think you know. But deep inside, eternally, there's light's eternal glow. Once it provides its love to you, then you should decide. Should I go and help someone else? Or help selfishly in stride? Are you celebrating being selfish? That poem sucked. What? Don't tell people. That poem was awesome. Don't tell people. Shut up, Mom! Stop making better jokes than us. Alas, we're out of swill and be held into that, going to do something else now. I don't care. Go entertain that, other desires of what be. I think we desire deliciousness. Alas, that's going to do it for us today. So, you be sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost, because there's only one you, okay? We can't replace you easily. That's right. We can't go around making a bunch of fake accounts, subscribing to ourselves, thinking to ourselves over and over again, like, we won't get in trouble this time. Believe you me, we keep getting in trouble for it, okay? So, alas, behold, we can't keep making fake accounts, subscribing to ourselves, so you take care of yourself. There's only one you, and believe you me, that of your place is very important, especially in that of our viewership. Every second counts, right? Even accidental misclicks. Believe you me, we joke, we kid, and good old Shyzabox wants for that of not. Now, any situation can exponentially be that of improved upon, looked upon as that of better, but it is subjective to that of one's understanding to the metrics, means, and understandings to that of what inherently is of that of intrinsic value and quality versus that of what is quantitatively quantity, within which PDF logic reigns supreme, and you're adding quantity of PDF daily after quantity of PDF daily versus that of our Lithic Logic. We're not letting any external facts contradict that of this closed-loop system, because believe you me, we got a good thing going on here. Empiricalization, be damned, we're going to empiricalize the hell out of it with metaphysical empiricalization. One may wish to desire the difference in that of empiricalization and empiricalization, but, I don't know, we like Star Wars, okay? It sounded cool. We shall thusly, we need to get on it. We got to get our buddy's Secret Demon Drop 2 done, or whatever he's got. He gave us a manuscript a minute back. We got part of it and such. We'll get that done. But we got our palimpsests, and we got a couple other additional works that we still haven't. I think we've been dragging our feet. Sorry about that. Everything's fine. Oh, what? Read a poem? Nah, we already did. Just rewind it. Watch the whole thing again. Oh, God, no. Fair enough. Alas, since we're out of swill, you be sure you take care of yourself first, because there's only one you. Then you look around, you take care of your neighbors and those who really, really need it second, because believe you me, there are people out there who need help and don't know how to ask for it. So you give them a hand if you are able to, because believe you me, it will go a long way in measures metric of a fort and affordations to those of whom know not how to ask. Pride, reasoning, subjective to that of one's interpretations therewith. You take care of your fellow sentients out there, for that of whom is that of whom we are in it together therewith. After you take care of yourself, and after you take care of anyone else who really, really, really needs it second, you look around that room, you take care of anyone else that you like or love more than us. Okay? Maybe you like 6 or 7 people more than us, right? You see us in that same room, though, peddling our wares. Buy Nailing Kalimba. Buy Pickled Punk Philosophy. Don't buy Delectable. Fuck you, I'm gonna buy that shit. Then you shall go on the wall like K-money should you desire. Do not buy this book. Buy any of our other books. Don't buy any of our books. But do not buy this one. New non-native species on mankind's origin. That one's just as good. I mean, it's entirely different, but yeah, I mean, whatever. We wrote it. We're going to read the back of it. We knew you'd want us to before we left. This is the new non-native species on mankind's origin, because, of course, Göbekli Tepe throws the entire timeline of humanity and our understanding therewith subjectively to that of one's own interpretation. We don't care. Believe whatever the fuck you want. But Göbekli Tepe inherently throws the entire timeline of humanity out the window. And or our understandings, recordings thereof, history, and that of which has been conceptualized and afforded through that of the teachings, inherently through that of historical endeavors and means for a long historical time. Unfortunately, the history of teaching history needs to be history. Believe you me. It means kick that shit out. Mankind has been studied often. Often studies are wrong. Göbekli Tepe says the recorded timeline of mankind's learned accounting thereof is incorrect. Thus we theorize for that of philosophical entertainment, or lack thereof. The seeking of such thoughts pertaining to that of mankind's origin. Now, believe you me, there's even a philosopher pickle on the back. Wow. Ooh, that guy looks awesome. He's Pickled Punk Philosophy's friend. They're friends. Pickle Punk Philosophy, and Philosopher Pickle. We call him PP. There's PP in the book. There's literally PP in the book. The Philosopher Pickle. We need to get that tattoo. Really, both of them. Oh no, that's a horrible idea. Now, subjective, right? Ooh, defacing your body. Downvote, downvote. Understood. Take care of yourself. Take care of anyone else who needs it. Take care of anyone else you like more than us. But at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers. If you got anything left over, we'll take it. Because believe you me, we don't want your subscription. We want your money. Downvote the shit out of this. Go to Cashapp and give us a buck. Or go to Amazon.com, search Shyzabox books and buy one of them. Or if you want to be really funny, go to Books A Million. Go up to the front and be like, hey, you guys got any Shyza in here? They won't. Believe you me, they don't keep our books on their shelves, okay? But you buy any of our books through them and tell them they need to get some shit. Go to Books A Million and be like, hey, you guys got some Shyza on your shelves? You got some of Shyza's shit? Make them order it. That's pretty funny. Or it's not. Oh, that's too much for a joke. Yeah, fair enough. That's it. Get off our lawn!